Premier, Dr. the Honorable D. Orlando Smith, OBE, Minister for Communication and Works, Honorable Mark Vanterpool, representatives of Atlan Heavy Equipment, Mr. Otley Crabb, Mr. Dion Crabb, senior members of the government, Project Coordinator, CDB Projects, Dr. Drexel Glasgow, members of the media, good afternoon and welcome to another contract signing of the government of the Virgin Islands in relations to the infrastructural rehabilitation of the territory. Today we are here to witness the signing of a contract between the government of the Virgin Islands and Atlan Heavy Equipment Company Limited for the contract of Thomas Land, which is a contract for the retaining structure and the reinforcement of a road in the Thomas Land area.
This month of October marks 4 years since our territory suffered extensive infrastructural damages to the road network as a result of Hurricane Otto in 2010. This week, we were reminded that we are still in the 2014 Atlantic hurricane season as Hurricane Gonzalo tracked towards these islands. But we remain grateful to Almighty God for His mercies that the storm was diverted away from us. As you're aware, the government of the Virgin Islands negotiated a $15.7 million loan with the Caribbean Development Bank to undertake rehabilitation works to roads and bridges damaged by the 2010 rains of Hurricane Otto. Under this loan infrastructural development program, this government initiated works in Ballast Bay, which has been completed, and Palestina and Parham Town, which are ongoing. From local funds under the same project, we also did some works in Jos van Dijk and Kingarten Bay. We're pleased to be here today to sign this contract for similar work to be done at Thomas Land in East End. The intense rainfall back in 2010 resulted in the failure of a 6.3 meter long section of slope along the property, taking with it an 18.2 meter long section of an existing boulder-packed retaining wall. Government commissioned FDL Consult Inc. to provide engineering designs aimed at remediation of the damaged sites and to provide construction management services for the duration of rehabilitation works. 4 bid documents were purchased for the slope stabilization and retaining wall rehabilitation at Thomas Land. However, only 3 bidders responded. 2 of the bids were further considered and accepted for evaluation. Atlan Heavy Equipment Company Limited was the winning bidder at a contract cost of $332,485.36. According to the scope of works, Atlan Construction will erect a retaining structure and rehabilitate the road pavement as per the tender and construction drawings and specifications. We expect that following the signing of this contract here today, that Atlan Construction will get on with the long-awaited project. This will put us further ahead in completing remedial works outstanding since 2010. Thank you very much.
So we'll now proceed straight to the contract signing.
Morning. I want to establish the protocol already established. On behalf of Atlan, we want to extend our gratitude with having an opportunity to do the Thomas Land project. we want to just ensure the government that we do intend to do our best to get this project done in a timely fashion and on budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crabb. And I think I should be at liberty to say that Atlan has demonstrated in the past that they are capable of delivering projects on time and within budget, because they have in fact completed the CDB project at Ballast Bay, which we were very proud of. In the event that you're in the area, stop and take a look at the work that was done. It is something that we are very, very proud of. Now, at this juncture, I would like to offer the opportunity to the media to have your input into this lovely gathering, and you are permitted to ask questions that you deem relevant.
Good afternoon, Jason Smith with the Beacon newspaper. I was hoping, Mr. Metropole, that you could give some background on the CDB project. 16, was it 15 or 16 project areas? How many of them have been completed, and when do you expect everything to be done?
We have completed another project in Ballast Bay. We've done some work in Jos van Dyke on the roads there, and King Garden Bay coming down the final hill from the eastern end to King Garden Bay. Project coordinator and his team, Dr. Glasgow, have put out, and I believe have received bids already for the Lee Road project in Virgin Gorda. As you may know, we did it in the first go around, and then we had a public meeting where the views of the Virgin Gorda public felt that we should pay more attention to the drainage further along, and we're trying to pick that up in the project. So that is, we've received bids on that, and they're being evaluated before they come to cabinet for consideration. There are some other projects, I believe, which are moving in the direction of completing engineering and going out to bid. There is one on Horse Path, one at Hunton's Gut, Greenland, and a few others that I know that we're working on. The one in Palestina, is it? It's coming close to completion. And was there one other? And the Paramtown project is it's one of the bigger ones that we are doing. That is quite a bit along, as I visited it about a week ago, where the main drain coming down Paramtown is being built, and the roads will be rehabilitated in Paramtown. So that is moving along, and hopefully we'll finish in a month or two. We are moving fairly rapidly. We expect to finish most of these projects hopefully by the end of next year. Okay. It goes through a process, and the process sometimes takes a bit longer than we would like, but we want to make sure we do it right. So we want to thank CDB for their funding, all of the team that is involved, and our engineers, project engineers, FDL and the others who've been very much involved in this.
Thank you. I was hoping that you could speak to a little bit to the process. I know that the way the CDB typically does projects differs a bit from the way sometimes other projects that are financed by the government itself have done. For instance, they require tendering in all aspects of the project. Is that what is your opinion of the CDB's approach, and do you believe that tendering has a place, compulsory tendering has a place in other projects?
It's a belief of the government that we want to continue to pay attention to tendering. The idea that we all look for is to get best value for money and to make sure that projects are done in a proper and organized way. So CDB's way of doing projects, we believe, it's a good lesson to learn from. In terms of the efficiency and the timeliness of them, I'm sure they pay attention to that, and we would like to pay attention to, but their procurement process is a good process that we all can learn from. We in the BVI, our tendering goes for projects that are above 100,000, and we have seek to embark on that. There are occasions when there are various reasons why we may not be able to go to tender in cases of urgency and other matters, but we like to stick to the procurement process to tender like in a similar manner to CDB.
Thank you. Now, the last question I had was, is the company that was selected, where you mentioned there were 4 initial bidders, 3 of which returned documents, was this the low bid?
Sorry, I missed the question.
You mentioned with this particular wall project that there were 4 companies that had expressed interest, 3 had returned documents. Was this company the low bid?
I mean, the one company that did, I mean, the company that selected?
These 2 gentlemen here, yes. So the company that was selected, was it the lowest bid?
I don't recall whether it is, but that is not the only consideration we normally make, as you will know. But I don't think I don't recall or know whether that's the case, but there are a number of other considerations that are made, and so the procurement team went through the documents of all the bidders and make the recommendation, and the cabinet made that final selection.
Thank you.
I know that we have no further questions from the media, so I take it as the media is satisfied with the process and the situation as it is now. So at this juncture, I would like to thank you all for being here to witness the signing today of this contract between the government of the Virgin Islands and Outland Heavy Equipment Company Limited, retaining structure and road rehabilitation in Thomas Land.